For our barbell sumo deadlift, Ryan's gonna demonstrate for us. So with our setup, we wanna talk about first, with our athletes, we typically want them to be about a normal stance and a little bit, about a shoe width wider, or maybe a little bit wider than hip width, and not too excessively wide. I still like our athletes to be able to vertically jump with some good athleticism in their starting position. If you're a power lifter and you want to set up wider as a competition stance, that's totally fine. So from here, Ryan's going to set up with that normal stance, that normal conventional stance, and then go about a shoe width or so wider. All right, and now from here, addressing the bar, we want Ryan to be close to the bar, but not necessarily touching it. That allows you to stay a good distance away, and that way you're not pulling the bar up and around the knees as you initiate that deadlift movement. So from here, Ryan's going to initiate by hinging back. Notice how when Ryan grabs the bar, he's very, very close to his knees. All right, from here, we want Ryan to think about pulling that bar apart and activating lats. Notice how Ryan's chest is up and you can see the logo. Driving through the heels, finishing at the top with good hip extension, and snapping the hips into that bar. Good, good. Now you can see Ryan's using an overhand grip right now. If you get to a weight where grip starts to be a determining factor, you then can alternate and use that switch grip. But make sure you alternate and change grips through warm-ups in each set if you want. From the lateral view, we're going to see Ryan set up. Again, nice and straight, nice and even with the bar. Just barely up close to that bar. I know the weights kind of block the view a little bit. Ryan's going to set up, feet a little bit wider than hip width, hinging back, grabbing bar. Notice hips are just a little higher than knees. Spine is nice and neutral. Driving up through the heels, finishing at the top with good hip extension. Notice how he's snapping his hips into the bar. When he goes down, notice how he RDLs and hinges first, clears the knees, and then kind of squats the rest of the way. That way it stays nice and balanced.